Empty office buildings are spelling trouble. KFC and Taco Bell are too expensive. And is Tesla gonna lay some people off? We have current events, February 7th, 2024. Appreciate y'all checking out the current events. Y'all are luxurious. And as luxurious as it could be, please check out welcome to the foundation.com. Sign up for your email list right here in this box right here. Do your dance. We very much appreciate it. Exclusive offers, events, notifications, all types of things, doing the dance. Handle that. Let's jump into this. Look, we got uncertainty creeps back into U.S. Treasury market after Fed and blockbuster data. A rethink on when the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates is reverberating through the fixed income market, heightening risk for those betting. The explosive rally that took bonds higher at the end of 2023 will continue this year. Investors piled into treasuries late last year on expectations that the Fed will cut rates as soon as the first quarter of this year, sending government bond prices roaring back to 16-year lows. Many are now recalibrating those bets following a blowout U.S. jobs number and a cautious message from the Fed, which last week said the strong economy could spur an inflationary rebound if rates are cut too soon. Yields on the benchmark 10-year Treasury, which move inversely to price, have surged in recent days and now stand at 20 basis points above December's lows. Yeah, so basically, the market didn't like that. They said they might not drop rates in the first quarter, so you got some retraction. Speaking of retraction, New York Community Bank stock drops even after lender says deposits have increased. Troubled regional lender New York Community Bank Corp attempted to reassure investors today that it has enough cash to stay afloat after the stock shed about 60% of its value over the past 8 days. Do you know that is bad? And Moody's Investors Service downgraded the bank's credit grade to junk. Quote, the challenge today is not easy, but this company has a strong foundation, strong liquidity, and strong deposit base, which gives me confidence for our path forward, end quote. This is Alessandro Danello, the bank's new executive chairman. And this was a call with investors. I mean, look, this regional bank thing, I'm paying very close attention to it. I suggest you do as well. But moving forward, U.S. wealth inequality grew worse through current recovery. Is that a surprise? The rich got richer. The inflation-adjusted wealth of white households in the U.S. grew faster than that of black and Hispanic households from the start of 2019 through the third quarter of last year, with black households in particular now worse off than they were 4 years ago. This is from a study by the New York Fed. I would say that, that has a lot to do with inflation. I'm just gonna say that it has a lot to do with. It has probably the most to do with inflation. Just having to pay more for stuff. The study used information gathered by the U.S. Federal Reserve on the value of household assets, including stocks and real estate, as well as liabilities owned on mortgages and other loans, and adjusted those values for inflation. See, but people are having to sell their assets to pay bills right now. People are going into credit card debt. Is Tesla going to lay off some employees? Tesla asks which jobs are critical, stoking layoff fears. Tesla managers have been asked whether each of their employees' positions were critical, stoking layoff fears in the company. This is reported by Bloomberg today. Tesla sent out a single-line query for each job after canceling some employees' biannual performance reviews. Some of the people familiar with the matter told Bloomberg. The electric automaker did not immediately respond to Reuters' request for comment. It had 140,473 employees globally as of December 31st last year. Tesla shares rose 2.7% in pre-market trading. The guy knows what he's doing. Whether or not they're going to lay people off, just the news of that question being asked is, the market likes that because, layoffs. Oh, CNN Business, $3 for a single McDonald's hash brown. Customers are fed up and pushing back. Corporate America may be bumping up against the limit of its power to keep raising prices as consumers in some markets cry uncle. At McDonald's, which has repeatedly boasted about its ability to raise menu prices without denting sales, executives are finally acknowledging that customers need a break. On Monday, as the burger chain reported weaker than expected sales at its U.S. stores, CEO Chris what? Kempski. Man, look, I'm not. My tongue. I'm just. I don't know. I'm autoshing this. He addressed McDonald's affordability problem and indicated the chain would cut prices on some menu items. Quote, eating at home has become more affordable, end quote. And he's right. It is. It's typically always more affordable to eat at home. You can buy in bulk. You save money. Bottom line, $3 for a hash brown. Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut's parent company is facing the same problem as its rivals. Fast food is getting too expensive and consumers are pushing back. Yum Brands, which owns all three chains, reported today weaker than expected sales in the fourth quarter that sent shares nearly 3% lower in pre-market trading. In particular, Taco Bell, typically the company's most popular chain, reported sales at restaurants open at least a year grew 3% for the quarter, a steep decline from the 11% growth it registered for the same quarter a year earlier when a revamped breakfast menu fueled sales. Meanwhile, Pizza Hut's U.S. sales slid 4% in fourth quarter, and KFC sales were flat, with both brands' numbers also coming in below analysts' expectations. In total, some store sales at all three chains plus Habit Burger rose 1% a quarter, missing analyst estimates of a 3.9% increase. The company didn't directly mention if the stuff going down in the, them seas over there impacted its bottom line. But KFC's Middle East unit saw its sales decline 5% for the quarter, and Pizza Hut's slid 3%. I don't know how much that region has to do with their sales. I'm sure they're talking about global sales. I'm sure they want to pass that off as being an issue with, the dance with the dance. But, man, I'm just going to say people are running out of money. It's over. Janet Yellen, some banks may be quite stressed by empty office building trouble. You see how we talked about this yesterday. I'm just saying it's more than trouble. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen detailed yesterday the scramble by U.S. officials last March to prevent the implosion of Silicon Valley Bank from infecting the broader economy. Let's move down. Banking regulators are focused on the nationwide issue of empty office buildings. Quote, I do have a concern about commercial real estate. And, quote, Janet Yellen told lawmakers during the House Financial Services Committee hearing, noting that some cities have been hit by a surge in empty office buildings. I would say, what would that be? LA and New York, Manhattan. Yellen said bank regulators are, quote, quite focused, end quote, on this problem, including by working with banks to manage risks, build up reserves to cover losses, adjust dividend policies, and maintain liquidity. Quote, I'm concerned. I believe it's manageable, although there may be some institutions that are quite stressed by this problem. End quote. Yeah, we're gonna stay focused on that. Chinese hackers have lurked in some U.S. infrastructure systems for at least 5 years. CNN. I think this is important. The Chinese hackers behind a campaign to infiltrate transportation hubs and other critical American infrastructure have had access to some of their targets' computers networks for at least 5 years. This is according to a new report by U.S. and allied security agencies. Was obtained by CNN. The campaign is part of a long-running effort by the hackers to position themselves for potentially crippling cyber attacks that could disrupt water and electricity, according to U.S. officials. U.S. intelligence chiefs sounded the alarm about the threat to Congress last week. We talked about this last week, saying Beijing could use the hackers to disrupt a U.S. response if China invades Taiwan. FBI Director Christopher Wray told lawmakers last week that the hackers could, quote, wreak havoc and cause real-world harm, end quote, to the U.S. The hackers' presence in critical U.S. networks has sparked A months-long effort by U.S. national security officials to kick the hackers out. So they haven't been expelled. The Beijing hackers have been probing systems that control heating, cooling, and water access that, if exploited, could allow them to manipulate those systems and cause a significant infrastructure failure or cause significant infrastructure failures. The hackers have also broken into security cameras at unnamed critical facilities, according to the document. This is something to pay attention to. Electricity demand at data centers seen doubling in 3 years. So if they're going to mess with electricity, I mean, cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence to dominate demand. Increase in demand will be covered by renewables and nuclear. Do you believe that? I don't. Crypto ransom attack payments hit record $1 billion in 2023. The hacks are increasing. And, if I have any type of logical mind, I would say that, these things are going to continue. And that setup is, probably something that isn't going to go away at all. So, be on the lookout for that. They're hacking. They're hacking their businesses, hospitals, their news organizations, possibly infrastructure, pipelines. This is going to continue. Make sure you sign up for our email list to stay up to date. And you can get an exclusive invite to our private side. There's a lot of stuff that is available to you when you make your own account. Only available at the foundation. Yes, sign up for the email list. Check out our website. It's some luxurious dancing. 100% luxuriousness. How to start a business, $20. That's it. Link in the description. It's an extensive course. You will not be disappointed. It's worth $20. The cybersecurity stuff is getting serious. We're on volume 2, and volume 3 will be heading out shortly. It's actually, I think it's going out this week. So we appreciate you. And, Trustee Training Silver tier offered by the foundation. Still the most affordable trustee training ever offered. And, we definitely look forward to assisting you in, your private education, your private transition. It's what we enjoy. So, yeah, thanks for checking out Current Events, February 7th, 2024. I am Sot L, Seeker of Truth Seeker of Truth L, Speaker of Truth L. And it has been an absolute pleasure. Y'all enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. Make sure you say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night. It's very important. And I'll catch y'all later because we doing the foundation episode. I can't talk today. I apologize. Peace, y'all.